Yo, what is good, y'all? This is your boy, Too Humble here, and I am back with another video. And welcome back to the No Fear Zone Gaming channel. Man, oh man, we are back with another video. It's gonna be crazy because, as you can see in the background, we're definitely going to be talking about some Assassin's Creed Shadows. But before we get into the video, I would definitely appreciate it if you hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and make sure you have your post notifications on whenever I put out a video. If you didn't like the video, then drop a dislike. All is accepted. But without further ado, let's get into this video, man. So, like I said before, as you can see in the background here, it says that report Assassin's Creed subreddit bans individuals for disliking game's combat and pointing out Ubisoft's DEI agenda. Well, considering the situation going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me for a second because, first of all, y'all are doing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like I said before in my last video about this, I thought this was going to be called Code Red. I think Code Red sounds better than Shadows, in my opinion. You know, Assassin's Creed Code Red, that sounds great over Assassin's Creed Shadows. Sounds very bland and all the other stuff. It's not even just that. It's just the simple fact that this game, like, I've seen the gameplay, I've seen, the atmosphere, I heard the atmosphere, like all the other stuff like that, the combat, whatnot. Like, I want to say this, I'm gonna give it its flowers. As far as like the combat, it looks good. It definitely gives me that Ghost of Tsushima vibe. Like, that's what I'm getting. That's the type of energy I'm getting just by looking at it. You know what I mean? And what you can do when you further, upgrade, whether it is, Yasuke or the other character, it just depends, right? It just depends on what you're trying to do. But we're not even going to talk about that, right? We're not going to just talk about the gameplay. That's the only plus thing about it. The gameplay is solid. But there's just a bunch of other negative things, kind of like lapped onto that. They are basically sitting up here messing with traditional things that go on in, in this type of culture. In Japanese, Chinese, you name it. I just think that when you make a game, everything is true about, Yasuke being, tall and whatnot, him being black. They were absolutely right about that. They was very accurate on that. But to me, just looking and watching from a distance, it's kind of like he was never really like this. And not only that, if y'all haven't really heard the music in the background, I think that's what's everybody's shocked about that, right? You got hip hop, rap beats going in the background just because. And it's like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't like the fact that we are doing a Ghost of Tsushima game and we're putting stuff like rap beats and hip hop beats in the game. Like, this is completely just off. You know what I mean? And shoot, for some people it may sound dope, it may sound sweet, it may sound all types of things, but if we were to think just for a second that, okay, this is not right, yeah, we definitely need to think about that for a second. Like, it's not right. You get what I'm saying? Like, and Ubisoft knows this. And that's what makes it worse. Ubisoft knew before they released the trailers, they knew before they did anything. They knew that, like, we don't know if this idea will work, but we're gonna put it out anyway, because, you know, who cares? It's 2024. Who's gonna care? Because they know that some of us are going to still buy it anyway. Which, to be honest, I hope you don't. But it's like, you can only do what you can. And so far, it's been nothing but just a roller coaster for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like, it really has. Like, nothing is really coming good of this. Like, there's nothing really coming good of this except for just negative backlash, negative everything. Especially when you have this beautiful environment. Like, this picture in the background, it looks amazing. Don't get me wrong, it looks absolutely amazing, but it's like, you could have picked any character, you could have picked anybody to play a certain role. You could have. You could have, no issues, no problem. You could have done it. You had all the time in the world to do it. But it was just like, nah, I don't want to do that. By all means, you can do whatever you want. But when it comes to making video games and then you're basing it off of history, because you've done it for the other ones. Because that's what's like really confusing and, you know, just so like, why a moment, because you've done it for the other ones. But then when it comes to this one, it's like, y'all just forgot about history. Like, you just forgot about history. Like, automatically you forgot. How is that possible? That's all everybody else is just, you know, trying to figure out and, you know, understand why. Because we know this is not it. It's not supposed to go together. But guess what? I guess that, you know, the money was too good, or, you know, the agenda, the publicity, the promotion, all the other stuff. It was just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this so we can get paid. It hurts. It hurts to see. It hurts to look at. I'm not gonna lie. It really does. And then all it's really gonna do is just encourage all the other studios to sit up here and think of one or two things. One of them is thinking, shoot, you know what? I think they need to do the same thing just like Assassin's Creed did, so we can get paid. Or two, be very conservative, not only conservative, but be aware that some people are not worth working with. They're not worth it. They're not worth being, you know, collaborating with. They're not worth the time. All they're gonna really do is sabotage the game. We don't want that. No, just keep that back. Just keep that back. We don't want nothing going on with our game. We don't want no problems. We don't want none of that. And I think that's what needs to happen. Especially the second one. That's what needs to happen. Being conservative and stand on what is right for video games to be great, instead of being based on agenda and promoting propaganda. Like, we need to stop this, like, completely, man. Like, it's getting to the point where people nowadays can't even think on when they get on the game or not. And all it's really doing is just making it worse. But that is it for today. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.